nationally on ESPN, Chris Canty was asked who is the biggest challenger to the defending AFC champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's his answer.
I'm going with Cleveland. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Okay.
I'm going with Cleveland, and Lewis talked about the Bills' issues with rushing the passer. Let me tell you what the Browns don't have to worry about. The ability to be able to get after the quarterback with Myles Garrett and now adding Jadeveon Clowney to that group. I mean, we got to remember, this Cleveland team pushed Kansas City to the brink in the divisional round last year. It came down to a fourth down conversion, and the Chiefs were able to salt away that game. But, I mean, Cleveland is a team that figured out how to win last year in the postseason, and I don't think we can overstate how important that's going to be for a young upstart group that's had issues from an organization standpoint with the culture in the past. So I just feel like with where this team is at right now, you could probably make the argument that they're the most complete team in the AFC. The only question is the quarterback and whether or not he can take that step where he can have that kind of production that we've seen from Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
That is a big question.
And Mary Kay, again, that's a former player who pays attention in Chris Canty. So that's, again, there's a little bit of validity to what he's saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really think that people can see what is going on here with this football team. And you just can't deny that they have added so much talent to that defense now to go along with everything that they had on the offense. And when you have an offensive line like that, a defensive line like they have, a running game, I mean, they have talent all across the board. And I do think that, some of it will depend on how well Baker Mayfield plays, but there's just all the signs are there that he's going to be better than he was last year. And it's sort of funny that people still kind of aren't 100% bought in and doubting him a little bit. And I still think that sort of lingers from that 2019 season that he had under Freddie Kitchens.
And you know what? I think it's more of a national thing because I don't think they understood the level of dysfunction that was going on with the coaching staff that Baker Mayfield had to deal with. I think the people locally who pay attention to what's been going on with Baker Mayfield, I think they have a pretty good feeling that this guy's going to end up taking that next step.
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, I mean, I think nationally people do still have that thought of 2019 in their minds and the beginning of last year. I mean, they saw, the opener where they lost 38-6 to Baltimore, then they got blown out by the Steelers, and it took people a little while to catch on. Not everybody saw all those games down the stretch in the second half of the season when he was throwing 16 touchdown passes against only one interception. That's where he kind of really made his hay. Those games were not on national television for the most part. Those games were kind of buried, and then all of a sudden the Browns show up in the playoffs and they're practically beating the Chiefs. So I think it might take the Nationals a little while to catch on.